Coach of the Week, sponsored by Wyckoff Heating and Cooling.
The Newton Cardinals picked up their first win of the season tonight over Dallas center Grimes, and we're going to send it out to Dave Bingham, who's standing by with our Coach of the Week.
Right, make sure our sideline's good, right? Make sure our locker room's spotless, right? But great job. Love you guys. Break it out.
Let's talk about this environment and just being in Newton and what it means to coach here and get a victory tonight.
Absolutely. You know, just hats off to our community. You know, we had a lot of stuff going on with the RVTV here, and we had a lot of, you know, a bunch of opportunities for our team. And this is really a showcase for our whole community, right? And, you know, we had a great crowd here, great atmosphere. You know, we were able to show off new lights, that kind of stuff, right? So I know our kids got a kick out of it, but, you know, really proud of how our kids played. They played really tough all night.
Coach Swedenhjelm, I'm telling you what, Coach Swede has a lot of things going here, but we talked a little bit about knowing the tradition too, and the CFLA. Can you explain that a little bit? Because no matter whether you win or lose, you stand for more than just winning football games. And can you speak to that a little bit, what you've done with this culture?
Absolutely. So CFLA was coined by Coach John Jenkins back in the 80s here. And it's kind of always been a part of Red Pride, right? And what we do here in our community. It stands for character first, last, and always. And so, you know, we're committed to developing the whole kid. You know, football is great, football is awesome, but taking care of it in the classroom, in the community, character-wise, you know, life's bigger than football. And so, you know, when our kids, you know, really buy into that and do things right, it translates to the field. And so I'm really excited about, you know, where our kids are at personally as well as football players.
Two good football teams tonight. We can go on and on about the game, and both these programs will progress and be better at the end of the year, and you still got a tough schedule, but it is a little chilly tonight. We talked about big boy football. That was enjoyable, and I guess from a big boy, can you explain what that means? Because we hear it a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, sometimes, you know, football isn't cute. It's ugly, right? We talk about big boy football, and, you know, sometimes the X's and O's are a little overrated at times, and it's all about execution and how well you can do when the pressure's on. So if we want to play in big boy games, right, we compete for district, you know, titles, you know, being a playoff team, things like that, we have to learn how to play big boy football against a tough physical team. And, you know, hats off to DCG. They did a great job. Their line did a nice job playing physical, and so we really challenged our guys to, you know, play that big boy football and really compete, because that helps set us up for later in the season.
We appreciate what you do for kids. Of course, you and Coach Heitland are two of the best, and that's going to do it for our Wyckoff's Heating and Cooling Coach of the Week, Coach Swede. It's a lot easier. Back to you guys in the studio.